we're living with President Joe Manchin now, and
Vice President Kristen Sinema.
Exactly. And so when Joe Manchin
Secretary
speaks,
of the Treasury, parliamentarian.
Digby and I are going to get into this. There's a lot of moving pieces. We have some Digby and I have some very highly speculative ideas about what's going on here. But here is Joe Manchin. Boy, oh boy, talk about not being able to give up the ghost. Here's Joe Manchin. He just can't accept the fact that they're just not that into him. Here he is being questioned by Manu Raju on CNN about, are you going to keep pursuing this bipartisanship even after the January 6th commission?
What evidence do you have that Mitch McConnell wants to work with you? Last week he blocked a commission bill, and he could have. And you saying that he wants to work with you?
That one's dead either. I'm not saying that one's dead either. I was very disappointed. I think it was wrong what he did, and I've said that. He knows how I feel about that. And they looked at it truly as a political. I did not look at political from that standpoint. I looked as our country coming back together. It was totally everything they asked for. It was totally bipartisan. I think Nancy Pelosi was very gracious in what she had offered, basically making it totally bipartisan. Chuck Schumer said, okay, I'll do the same. They were able to come to a disagreement. They were able to have the same staffing levels. Everything was done in the most bipartisan way. And for him...
They blocked it because of the filibuster.
Well, one person blocked it on that, but the bottom line is we have 7 people, 6 that voted, 7 would. We need 3 more. Let's give it another shot.
So you can say you'll never reduce a 60-vote threshold.
Basically, we're going to make the place work. We're going to make the place.
You're not taking that off the table then?
We're making it work. We're going to make the place work.
You're not reducing the 60-vote threshold off the table?
No. We're going to make the place work. I don't know what else I can tell you. And you can't make it work unless the minority has input. You can't disregard a person that's not in the majority. The Senate was never designed that way. And I've said this, if you want to know the workings of the Senate, why do we have 2 senators for every state, small and large? What did our founding fathers, what are they thinking of? They wanted the participation for the smaller, the minority. And a state back then of Delaware or Rhode Island was a very small state compared to New York and Virginia. So he wanted that input, and we want that input. We'll make it work.
I know you got to go in 1 second, but you're also just in the center of so many issues in Washington. One of the issues is you're working on trying to get a voting rights bill passed with Lisa Murkowski. You're working. Let me finish the question. There's no sign that there's actually going to be 60 votes to get that done. Some of your Democratic colleagues say Joe Manchin should agree for an exemption, allow voting rights to pass on a simple majority, change the Senate's filibuster rules to do that. Would you be open to that?
I asked everybody, how well did the 2013 nuclear option work when in 2017 they came back and took it off the Supreme Court? That's all. What goes around comes around. So let's work together. That's fine.
In other words, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, and fine. You know what else the founding fathers did not do?
Allow for elections of senators?
Well, they also, the founding fathers did not want senators elected. But you know what they did also do is not put in a filibuster.
Yeah.
The filibuster has nothing to do with the founding fathers. This is really, it is so aggravating. And Digby and I and Emma, we will talk about our various theories as to what the various players want in this. And I think this new report about what the parliamentarian has ruled over the past couple of days is also playing into this as well. We will get to all of this, but it's simply infuriating. And I don't think there's much leverage that anybody has with Joe Manchin.
Well, he decides one day he's going to take an op-ed out in the Washington Post saying he will never, ever make any adjustments to the filibuster. And there he was with Manu Raju, who I think said on Twitter in response to this that he noted that he repeatedly would not take the bait on saying that he would never adjust the filibuster. So, like, the guy is just going where the wind goes on this. And that's why I think the article in the Daily Beast about how
What, June is?
Schumer is going to essentially put up as many bills as they can in June, because they're all going to fail, creating some sort of environment that allows for a more,
a reluctant Joe Manchin.
Yes, Manchin. It pushes Joe Manchin in the direction that the party wants. I mean, Sinema, who the hell knows?
We'll see. All right. Well, we'll talk more about this in just a moment when we talk to Heather Parton.